Unfortunately, a lot of us don't have the best relationship with some family members. Would it be, mom, dad, siblings, if you have siblings. It could you could have fought a lot as kids, or just you've gotten mistreated, or it could be a lot of things. But when you get older, when you get an adult, from, it could be 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, up until you're like, fuck, 30 years old or beyond that. You have some moments with the people, that maybe they didn't do the best they could for you at that time. But you slowly start to see an appreciation, or like, for them and what they went through at that time. It sounds kind of cliche and weird, but almost like kind of gratitude towards, like their efforts and like their struggles and how they treated like people, even if they didn't treat you the best. Like it's weird. And like all those like years, you had this anger, resentment, and this rage, and this like all this anger, and you kind of come to terms. And sometimes you have those moments with, like, it could be your mom, dad, family members that are really kind, and you just see them, they're trying, and you rebuild the relationship, and you focus on the good, and it's almost healing some trauma bonds between you two. In a way, it's like that feeling of, I love you. I know you did me wrong, but I see something in you that I know you're trying. And it's almost honestly to forgive yourself too. Like you heal from them. You kind of like what they did to you, or it doesn't have to be too bad. It couldn't be like, it could be super bad. It could be very little stuff, or it could be in between. Didn't treat you the best, but you weren't abused or anything like that. I'm talking about this, like, it could have been simply just they weren't the best. They weren't there for you to shoot, the basketball hoop, or they didn't teach you, self-defense or these important things, and it's like kind of like that grief and anger you have, like, why didn't you do that? Why didn't you teach me this stuff, mom, dad? And then you forgive those people because you want to let go of yourself, holding on to all these burdens and all this weight of all this stuff to the people that did you wrong. It takes a lot out of you, your life, your health. Your health suffers greatly because of that. I think the biggest thing is, you could I'm kind of in between. I believe in forgiveness, but I also believe putting people in their place. Say what you have in your mind if you want to put them in your place, but you also just kind of forgive them. Then you let that burden off your shoulders. You live life to the fullest after that. Hope you found this to be helpful, and I hope you have a good night.